Hey guys, and welcome to the channel. So today we want to take a look at the MTC. This is by Greycat, and guys, I normally do not get excited about vehicles, but this vehicle I actually like. I have a Jeep personally, so I think when this came in game and I saw how how big the tires were and how much off-roady it looked, I was really looking forward to actually getting one of these in game, and it actually functioned extremely well, and we'll talk about that in a minute. But real fast, what I want to do is let's get in here. Let's take a quick look at the inside, and I want to talk about kind of like the seat and the animation. It's kind of slow. I want to show you guys that kind of the turret gunner seat and what the pros and cons of this thing are right now. Okay guys, so a quick look. I mean, coming up to these wheels, you can see actually how big they are. They're almost as tall as my character. I love the kind of short wheelbase of it. It's a cool design. I think they did that for a lot, probably for the speed. The tail lights and the lights just in general are just absolutely epic. I love the way they are designed, that LED style, really cool. It kind of goes with the STV. And if you come over here, you have this little box rack. Really cool design. Whoever the dev was that designed this, the artist, that was pretty cool to make that work. Looks like you can fit 4 boxes. I understand it's not useful right now, but hopefully maybe in the future it's something that would be. Right here is the close. Cool animation. Now, as you guys can see, I had to get the paint right, and those of you who are the oldies, you know exactly where it came from. Looks just like the A-Team van. Fantastic. I love the stripe. If you don't know what I'm talking about, just search A-Team, look up the van, and you'll see, and compare it to this picture. Just insane, right? Pretty awesome. So yeah, guys, the lights, still love them. And then you have the turret on top, like most of your vehicles have. So let's jump in the inside. Quick look. So one thing you'll notice when you jump in the inside, you're gonna have these 2 lockers. This is gameplay that's not in the game. We're not exactly sure how it's going to function. We know it's going to store armor, but what the need for it's going to be and how it's going to work exactly. Are we going to just hit one button and put it on? Or if it's going to be a little more involved, like, normal things in Star Citizen. Of course, we have our engineering terminal, which, that's not even in the game yet, too. Hopefully, we'll get some of that soon, before the end of the year. We do have, a heavy weapons, which is really cool. I love the glass that opens. That was really cool. We do have 2 weapons here and 2 pistols, and then we have 2 rifles here and 2 pistols. Now this is the turret gunner right here. The seat, you can see inner rear remote turret seat, and that's just for the turret on top, guys. Now, real fast, let's talk about the animation of the seat. I really hope this is something they speed up, they change, because it's kind of not very much fun, but let's see if you can see, and maybe I'm just going crazy, but leave a comment. Let me know what you think about this animation. It just seems like incredibly slow, like in a vehicle that's kind of armored and kind of you're dropping off and stuff like that. I would think that maybe it would be a little faster. Not that the driver's really going to move, right? But yeah, that animation just seems like it should be sped up just a little bit. Now, one thing I want to do is I want to go grab a Nursa and just kind of park this next to the Nursa so you can guys get an idea of the size, and that way you can kind of tell what it'll fit in. I mean, I get pretty much if a Nursa fits, this will fit, kind of thing, right? So let's go park this next to a Nursa. All right, guys, just wanted to do a quick walk around so you can kind of get a comparison of the MTC parked next to a Nursa. They're kind of similar in size, even though there's the Nursa slash Ursa. I keep saying Nursa, but Ursa, same thing. You can almost see they're almost pretty much the same size. It looks like the MTC may sit up a little bit higher, so I'm not sure if that might cause an issue. But if you see, they're about the same height. Maybe the Nursa even sits up a little bit higher. It's hard to judge, on this uneven ground. But yeah, you can see how much thicker the tires are and stuff. That's just what I really liked. You got those kind of mud all-terrain type tires. I thought that was just a really cool feature of this vehicle. So yeah, what do you think the size versus the Ursa, Nursa? All right, guys. So before the sun goes down on us here, on yellow. I just kind of wanted to show the off-road capabilities of this, right? The speed is just amazing. It's just as fast as the STV. Actually, sorry, it's faster than the STV. It's pretty much faster than all the vehicles. We tested it again. Maybe not like the hover bikes and things like that, but it is definitely faster than the wheeled vehicles. And if you come down here, you can see the off-road capabilities are fantastic, except for spinning around. But that's not what I wanted to show you. I wanted to show you actually kind of like going up the hills, right? In something like a rock or another STV, you're not going to go up these hills. But in this, you can actually climb your way up the hill. And you can do it quite a bit slower than that as well. So we'll go down here a little bit slower. And let's go climb this wall right here. Kind of go, instead of trying to get a running start, let's kind of start from a slow. See if we can crawl our way out. And as you can see, it still has enough power to crawl its way out. But guys, so what do you think about these vehicles? We know that vehicles aren't as useful as they should be. I myself have been waiting to be able to go to bunkers and things like that and have NPCs and vehicles and, you know, tanks and be able to fight and be able to drop off a tank and have, like, you know, a tank battle versus the NPCs and stuff like that. It's been a long time coming. I hope that's something that we see soon in the future. I mean, we have them piloting, you know, aircraft and stuff like that, but I guess the tanks vehicles are a bit more challenge. I imagine them clipping through stuff, and when they get stuck and things like that just don't work as well as when they're in the air. And even when they're in the pilots that are in the air, the NPCs, they still run into asteroids and stuff like that all the time. So guys, overall, I really love this MTC. I think it's going to be a fantastic vehicle later, or at least I hope it is. The armor containers inside give me hope that something is coming with that very soon, since this is a newer vehicle. But what do you guys think? Again, please leave me a comment. Let me know what you think overall about this. Guys, I appreciate it. Thank you guys for the support. It's been great as always. Thank you so much. If you're interested in Discord, things like that, we have a small group of kind of I'd say probably, you know, mid to old, kind of like 30 plus that play all the time. Younger people are always welcome, of course, as well. But yeah, if you're looking for a small group, please join us over at Silver Squad on Discord. There's always a link to that in the description. And guys, I will see you on the next video.